Cole is up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Cole, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How are you doing? I appreciate you, and I appreciate your time. I called in last year, and you helped me out quite a bit.
Oh, great.
Just kind of nervous. I got an interview next week. I was let go from my previous job about 3 weeks ago, so I'm just really nervous about interviewing for this job, just because that question is going to come up. Thank you. Appreciate it. My previous job, they had promised that it would be 12 weeks of training. I was commuting an hour every day. I gave it my all. And one day they just brought me aside and just said things weren't working out for them. I just wasn't cutting it. They didn't give me any warning or anything. They just said I was done.
Did you get the training that you were supposed to get?
Well, like I said, it's just to be out of 12 weeks, and I only made it through week 4, so I didn't even get...
okay. I'm sorry. I missed that. So,
No, that's okay.
So they let you go really a third of the way through the training.
Yeah, so I just kind of want to know...
Why do you think they let you go?
I really don't know. I don't know if they said I wasn't progressing well enough, but I honestly don't think that was a reason. I just thinking it was an internal decision. It's just obviously something you have to get past, but
yeah, but here's the deal. You called me because you're nervous about the interview question coming up. But why are you applying here, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
What's your answer right now without me coaching you? What are you going to say right now? If you got that question right now, what would you say?
I would just say that they stated that it just wasn't the right fit for me, and then I would just go into how it was a positive experience for me and just kind of build off of that. Do
you agree it wasn't the right fit, or are you still kind of going, Ken, I don't know what happened. I'm kind of stunned.
I would probably say a little of both.
Okay, that concerns me. I got to tell you, that concerns me. That you are kind of going, I thought I was doing a good job. Now, that concerns me from one of two ways. Either I don't have the advantage of knowing what they're thinking. So either they're unhealthy leaders and they wanted more than was reasonable because you hadn't been trained, and they're the kind of people that go, well, we're going to do 12-week training, but we're really looking for the people that get it really fast. And the people that get it fast, we keep them. The others, we churn them. It's kind of like a bad teacher in an elementary class, The teacher's only really going to teach the ones that get it really easy. The kids that don't get it right away, i.e. Ken Coleman, then they don't work with those kids. They kind of overlook them. That could be the situation. Or you weren't getting it. You were in a position where you aren't a good fit because you didn't have the aptitude necessary, the talent, or maybe your learning ability is a little bit slower. Hey, again, that's me. That was me my whole life in school. So we have to, but I think it's really important that you do your best to try to figure out what it was. You're telling me you got no idea why you weren't getting it fast enough, or nobody told you, hey, you're not getting it. What were you doing? What's the work?
I was a 911 operator, and I had performance reviews every day. It was just daily things for me to improve on, but it was nothing as if they were saying, hey, your job is on the line or anything. Doesn't
matter. They kept giving you things to improve on. Did you improve on them, or was it the same thing over and over again?
No, I felt like I improved on it.
No, I didn't ask you if you felt like it. I'm asking you if the things were coming off the list. Like if somebody says to me, Ken, you got to work on this, this, and this. Eventually, I want to remove those things from the list. I don't mind if they bring me new things, but I don't want the same things on the list all the time. I'm asking you, did that happen?
Some things were, and I'll be honest, some things weren't.
Okay, what were those things? I'm trying to help you with some awareness right now.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're one of their biggest dissatisfactions, I would say, is the addressing and getting the addresses and mapping down of their city, which, I wasn't from that city. Like I said, I was commuting an hour. So the city that my interview is in, I'm more familiar with and whatnot. So I think that would be an advantage for me.
Okay, but what's the takeaway for you, excuse me? Were you not doing the work to memorize the map? Were you not getting familiar with that local municipality? I mean, why were you not getting that?
I would just say I'm probably not studying it a little bit, but also just, there's a lot to learn. I think just being overwhelmed with, aside from that, the other information that was thrown at me. There was a lot of information in that few weeks time. So,
right. Are you applying for the same kind of work?
Somewhat. The new job is actually a police officer position. So,
well, but that's not 911 responder in a call center. That's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I got enough information to give you some advice. When the question comes up, go, you know what? I jumped into it. It's an intense 12-week training program, intense job. And I don't think I made the right decision by doing this in a city that I wasn't familiar with. So there was a lot of stuff coming at me, and I didn't have the familiarity of the city that I needed to have, and just kind of keep it high level and say it's a churn and burn type job. And I came in, and you either get it pretty quickly or you don't. And the reality is that I think it was mutual in that I realized it's not the best fit for me. They realized it wasn't the best fit. And so that's why I'm applying for this, because I care deeply. And then you spin it into why you want to protect and serve.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But take the high road. Great. I thought your answer was pretty good, but I dug into that a little bit because I think you've got to have a true understanding and acknowledge why it wasn't a good fit from your previous company's point of view, or previous organization, and from your point of view. And the more you know about why it wasn't a good fit, then you own it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen,
all right.
And I'm going to tell you something right now. This is why relationships and connections matter so much. A resume without a relationship is worthless. To overcome short employment like this, where it didn't work out and you don't want it to make you look bad or whatever, which is reasonable. That's why relationships really, really matter, so that people are hearing great things about you. And then you can kind of go, hey, I tried it. I thought it was going to be great. What I learned is I should have dug into it a little bit more. Agree, it wasn't the greatest fit. Really glad, because it kind of gave me the ding, 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 ding. This is why I shouldn't be doing that. And this is what I really want to do. And I'm really equipped for this. Not a great fit. This is a great fit. You have to focus on that. And again, relationships get you over any stigma that you might be bringing into the job interview because of past employment. So relationships get you to the point where you're so highly recommended and there's credibility and trust with somebody that they overlook that stuff. See, that's the human component. See, when we know somebody or know about somebody, we tend to overlook things. We hear lots of good things. We'll overlook something that may ordinarily we wouldn't overlook if it was a total stranger. Get that. Really get that. Because when you understand that little nugget right there, it helps you understand why I'm always telling you that the human connection is so vitally important to getting you where you want to go.